these are the things that we should be doing from now, and that should then help us build an momentum carrying into Ramadan that will help us benefit the most from the ashra of maghfirah, right? So the third thing that we should do is good deeds. Another beauty of Islam is that amal salih, the hasanat that we do, the good deeds that we do, the good actions that we take, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have put in them the strength to erase the past sins. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has, so one is that Allah has given us the opportunity to say sorry and come clean on what we did in past. Another thing is that now we are doing good deeds which are erasing what we have done in past. So now there is no trace left in our book of deeds that we have done anything wrong. Good deeds have a lot of strength. Somebody once shared that an animated image with me. It is a very powerful image that beautifully explains this concept of innal hasanat yuzhibna sayyi'at, that the good deeds wipe away or erase the bad deeds. Think of a pencil, a sharp pencil which has a nib on one end and an eraser on a rubber on the other end. So a pencil with a nib on one end and an eraser on the other end. And now that pencil is pivoting on its center. So it's moving in circle with its center being stuck. So as it moves, the nib is drawing a line and the eraser is erasing it as it moves in the circle. So while the line is being drawn, as the eraser comes over it, it drops it. This eraser acts as hasanat. The nib may be sayyi'at, the eraser acts as hasanat. So this hasanat, they act as wiping away the sins if we do wrong, right? So innal hasanat yuzhibna sayyi'at. This is a principle taught to us by Quran, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that what we have done, the good that we do wipes away the bad that we have done. Now, one way of showing that we are sincere in our tawbah. What was tawbah? Was to show that making a firm intention of not doing something, not doing the wrong again. Our elders have taught us that one way of doing that is that the organ that we have used for doing wrong, use the same organ to do more good. For example, if somebody was in the habit of doing ghibat, right? So they would use their tongue to backbite. Now that they have done tawbah, they should use their tongue for purposes of doing good. They should use this tongue for giving dawah. They should use this tongue for calling people towards goodness. They should use this tongue in reciting, more Quran. They use this tongue in praising people. They should use this tongue in doing the tasbih of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Use the same tongue that you used for backbiting now for doing good deed. If somebody was in the habit of didn't have control over his eyes would wander all over the place and would do all these things. Now use these eyes for looking more at Quran, looking more at Hadeeth, looking more at the books of Sharia, and so that getting the same replaced with something good, right? If somebody was in the habit of doing something wrong, for example, if somebody was in the habit of drinking alcohol, now he should try to compensate that by creating wells for people, creating opportunities where people can have more easy access to water, right? So replace the wrong with the good. This is one way of increasing your hasanat, which acts as a repulsion for the sayyi'at. We need to understand that the time that we have on this earth is limited, and that limited time, it's up to us that how much. It's like anybody who is investing or is doing business, he knows that the sales is just for 10-15 days. Now it's up to him whether he keeps his shop open for 15 hours or closes it at 7 hours. If he keeps it open for 15 hours, he will have more sales. if it closes at 7 hours, he would have limited sales. Likewise, our akabirin, our ulama, they have thought of this body as in the similar manner, that this time is limited. We need to make use of it as much as we can to get the most out of it. A very good example that's quoted is that, imagine that your iron in your house breaks down, right? And now if your wife is to borrow the iron from the neighbors, she would not just iron your clothes, or you would not just iron, that may be politically right? So you would not just iron your clothes for your office for next day. Now that the iron has come in the house, you will make use of that iron to iron the clothes of the kids, iron the clothes, probably prepare for the next whole week. If you get something on rent, or if you borrow something, you want to maximum utilize it or get the most out of that, so that you know that you have covered up your bases as much as possible. This body that has been given to us is also in the same concept. It's been rented out to us. We have been lent this body to use it in this dunya for some time. We need to make the most out of it. We need to make the most out of it. Our Hazrat, may Allah raise his status, would always say that this world is the place to act and the grave is the place to rest. That's the mindset that our elders had. They knew there was no difference in their mind in day and night. They thought that the night is as much useful to do good as the day is. The rest would come once we depart from this dunya. This place is to get maximum out of it.